Welcome back. As kids return to school and spend more time away from adults, financial literacy experts say now is a great moment to teach children important money and life skills. From preteens to high schoolers or even young adults going off to college and living on their own, learning and developing good spending habits can be an invaluable lesson. Michael Yoshida joins us now live from Washington, D.C. with more on some of the lessons to consider for various ages. Michael, good evening. What are some of the financial lessons parents should consider for kids of various ages?
Hey, good evening, Brennan. Yeah, when talking about financial literacy, a recent survey from Empower found that some 57% of parents regret not talking more about money with their children. Those we spoke with say this doesn't have to be a complex thing when you're talking with your kids and trying to teach them these lessons. It can be as simple as showing and explaining your monthly bills and expenses, making sure they understand differences between wants and needs and how to budget. So especially important for those teens, talking about budgeting and saving, whether it's that first job, maybe an allowance or some sort of other income. Also understanding buy now and pay later. These sorts of things have become very popular over the last few years. Want to make sure kids understand, well, what are some fees, maybe interests that go along with that. Also, obviously, understanding checking, savings accounts, the differences between debit cards, credit cards can be so key. And also for those teenagers, those late teens, those we spoke with say it's really important to sit down and talk with your kids about the importance of what happens when you're 18. You're now playing for keeps, so be very careful about anything you sign up for, that you put your signature on. And of course, when kids do go off to college or out on their own, making sure they fully understand paying taxes, how to file returns, the importance of keeping good receipts and records, whether that's a digital or a piece of paper, and also, of course, debt, making sure they understand compound interests and how that can add up, especially with credit cards when some of those teens and young adults first get out on their own. Just some of the things to try and learn and to help you out as you move through your life.
And Michael, what are some of the other lessons that you spoke with recommend, particularly for those young children and preteens? They love to spend that money.
Yeah, so when it comes to starting with younger kids, maybe the preteens, one thing simple enough is just learning how to protect your information, especially with so many apps, whether it's on your phone, your tablet, so many ways for you to get your information out there and share it. And then along with that, just talking about the potential dangers of some of those apps, how easy it is these days to just click on something and next thing you know, you've bought something, potentially starting to build up some debt. And also really important to start young, teaching the kids to avoid impulse purchases, whether that's, when you're in the checkout line buying a candy bar or a small toy. They say really implementing the idea and learning purchasing discipline so you avoid those instant gratification purchases can be a big help in the long run, especially once you're into your later teens and into being a young adult.
And lastly, what are some resources for parents to use when trying to talk with and teach their children about money?
Yeah, so this is something that might not come naturally to many of us, or might not be in our wheelhouse. So here are some resources from those we spoke with. Take a look. We put a little list together for you here. So you can see the National Governors Association. If you go online to their website, they have a financial literacy section where it's actually got a digital interactive map of the United States. You can go state by state to see some of the resources. Also, the FDIC's Money Smart for Teens website. You can get downloadable worksheets, other activities that focus on budget, saving, and understanding, really kind of some lesson plans to help guide you through this with your kids. Also, Bank of America, Better Money Habits for Young People. Again, some interactive worksheets and tools that make this a little easier for parents or other guardians to kind of walk through some of these lessons with their kids. You can also see Jumpstart Financial Smarts, K-12 Financial Education by EverFi. Again, just a few resources that you can find online. Those we spoke with saying these are great for, again, teaching and also hopefully learning and then just practicing some of these skills that when it comes to money management will be valuable throughout the rest of your life.
Alrighty, all great advice. Michael Yoshida reporting in Washington, D.C. Thank you for your insight.